being charged for a certain offence and you appear in that specific court, there will be a prosecutor, sorry, a legal aid representative in that specific court or dealing with that court, and you can apply to the legal aid board and they will appoint your case to that specific person. But it seems to me on children's matters, etc., they just appoint the maintenance officer to try to assist you, or there are some clerks. But I honestly believe that should be the case. I don't know how to answer that question. It's a government question to answer. And I hope you do find some type of relief or help out there. I believe everybody is entitled to have very good legal representation when it comes to these type of matters. Unfortunately, for any profession, accountant, a doctor, a teacher, we all have, have to earn a living. But at the same time, there are organizations out there whereby they are fundraising and they are obtaining funds from the state or various organizations who are out there to assist you. That is why they are there. Put it that way. Okay, we have another question on the Facebook Live. I need to get to it quickly and I need to copy and paste it into our chat. Let me get it there. And please remember, you are welcome to put up your hand now already if you want to pose a live question via the Zoom platform. I'll be happy to do that for you, answer it for you. Okay, let's get to this question. Before I go deal with that, let me see if there's anyone else who wants to join our Zoom. I think we're doing well on the Zoom. Perfect. The next question on Facebook Live goes as follows. If a parent refuses to sign school admission forms and any other form related to consent by both parents, can one apply to have the particular parent removed from the birth certificate as that parent? I do not think you can be removed from the birth certificate from that parent because that's a factual thing. You're the parent. Taking your name off the birth certificate does not make the child not having a mother or not having a father. You always have a mother, always have a father. So it's almost like someone asking me, they were married, they got divorced, can I change my details that I was never ever married or I was never ever divorced? You cannot do that. So changing the name take the name off the birth certificate, that doesn't make logical sense because then you say there is no father, the father is non-existent, or the mother is non-existent, there was no mother. It happens differently, either artificial insemination, whatever the case may be. But be that as it may, what you would want to do under those circumstances is approach the court and have the court appoint you as a sole guardian of the minor child. So you have two options. The court can either say no, keeping the father or the other parent, as a co-guardian over the minor child, but under these circumstances, for this specific case, for this specific school, for this specific enrollment into the school, mom, only your consent is required. And the court makes an order, and you show the order to the court, to the school will comply, and they will admit you based upon your consent only. However, if you see this problem arising every single year, or for extramural activities, for passports, whatever the case may be, I do not know, you might want to approach the court and say, these are the difficulties I'm having. Every single month or every few months I have a problem, judge. I cannot approach the court every time. Please take away the other party's guardianship rights when it comes to these specific aspects so that I can parent the child much, much better. I hope that specifically answered that question. And if it did not, you are welcome to make use of the Zoom. If I do not receive any questions via the Zoom, any hands going up, then and no further questions on the Facebook Live, I think I have a question on the Zoom, a typed question, and then we'll have to end the webinar and get ready for the weekend. Okay, let me get to the Zoom question so that everyone can see it. Here it is. The question is as follows. I see there are a few questions. If a parent refuses to sign school admission, that was a question I got earlier on. My apologies for that. Let's go to the next question. I must be very manual here. I need to copy and paste. Okay, that's it. I'm seeming to have some problems copying it. Hopefully it'll work. Nope, it doesn't want to copy. It's really weird. You know, I'll read it out directly and we can take it from there. Me and my wife separated after she falsely laid a charge of assault against me, which she later withdrew. Okay, that's fine. She took the kids out of the home, I presume in 2018, September, to the family home and enrolled them at a new school. I took the kids back in 2020 and enrolled them back at the previous school, at my home, and sent the elders to boarding school. I informed her even though she did not agree. In 2020, she never made any effort to visit the kids or ask the kids to visit her. I then reached out and the kids needs to see her. Reach out to her and asking her that, telling her that the kids need to see her. I took the kids to her in December, and when they were supposed to come back, she refused to return the kids, I presume, and wanted a family meeting to resolve our issue. She ended up enrolling the kids again in another school, and on my side, I am yet to deregister the kids pending the court process. Okay, I see where we're going to with this. The case is now at Children's Court after failed mediation from the Family Advocate Court. Should the court rule in favor for the kids to be returned back to me, do I let them finish school there or re-enroll them back at their school? Okay, that's a question. So the parties were in and out of court. The child was living with the mom, with the dad, mom and the dad. So the kids last lived with the dad, and they went to go visit the mother. The father reached out to the mother, and after the kids lived with the mother for a short while, she decided not to return the kids and enroll them at the Pacific school wherever they are residing. I presume this all happened now this year, of course, and they were now at school for the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks at the mother's new residence, or at the mother's residence or the mother's province, whatever the case may be. The question basically is, if he is successful at the court application, is it best to have the minor children remain where the mother is residing or return back to him? I would say strongly have the children return back to him. The reason for saying that is, if the minor children continue residing with the mother to finish a school term or finish a school year, whatever the case may be, then that becomes the new home. They are now rooted there. Things are developing. The kids aren't attending school and telling the teacher, don't advance me too much because I'll have to go back to a different school in a few months' time, to my dad. Or don't enroll me for tennis, for netball, for swimming, for rugby, for soccer, for cricket, because I will be going back there. So my advice to you, if you are successful, this is from a strategic point of view. If you are successful, ask the court that the minor children be immediately returned to you and they continue school where they are at. If that is not the case, the children will be obviously advantaged in the mother's favor to live with her, and she can bring up a very strong case at the end of the year stipulating, you know, judge, thank you, you made an order previously, but now that things have changed, new circumstances, it might be best for the kids to actually to remain with me. That's from a strategic point of view. But seeing that we're dealing with minor children issues, matters regarding children, it is what's best for the kids. So if it is best for the kids to live with the mom and to continue schooling there, and the professionals are recommending that, then I would say that should be the case. I have a question over here. I think it refers to the previous webinar. I emailed you last week. I do not recall receiving an email, but if you have emailed me last week, please re-email it or give us a call at the office and I will respond to that. My apologies if I didn't see that email. Additional question, I have been working with a social worker and facilitator. The sessions and outcomes seem to be centered around the parents agreeing versus the voice of the child during social worker visits. Should one approach the family